Hey, welcome back. This is From Eden to Shiloh, where Scripture reveals God's plan of redemption from the beginning to Christ our Redeemer. Let's get started. In the beginning, God created a perfect world and placed humanity in Eden to live in His presence. But when Adam and Eve disobeyed, sin entered the world. Yet God promised that one day a descendant of the woman would crush the serpent's head. The first gospel that we read in Genesis 3:15. Through Noah, God preserved a remnant after the flood. Then He called Abraham, promising that through his offspring, all nations of the world would be blessed. And that promise continued through Isaac, his son, the son of the promise, spared by God when a ram took his place for the sacrifice. Last time we saw Isaac's sons, Jacob and Esau. Though Jacob deceived his way into the blessing, God's sovereign plan stood, choosing Jacob to carry forward his covenant of redemption. And so after Jacob deceived Esau, Jacob flees for his life. He's afraid that Esau's going to kill him. And alone and afraid, he stops for the night and rests his head on a stone. There in that deep sleep, God meets him. He dreams of a ladder reaching from earth to heaven, with angels ascending and descending. That's his dream. And at the top of it stood the Lord, and who declared to him, "I am the Lord, the God of Abraham and Isaac. The land on which you lie, I will give to you and your offspring, and in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." That's Genesis 28:13 through 14. Jacob wakes up in awe and says, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." And so he names that place Bethel. And we'll hear this name again and again. He calls it Bethel, which actually means house of God. So for the first time, Jacob realizes God's covenant isn't just his father's story. It's his too. So years later, after building a family and much wealth, Jacob returns home. But before facing Esau, he's confronted by God once again. That night, Jacob wrestles with a mysterious man until daybreak. And so he refuses to let go until he receives a blessing. And so the man touches Jacob's hip, wounding him, and says to him, "Your name shall no longer be Jacob. Your new name is Israel. For you have struggled with God and with man and have prevailed." Genesis 32:28. And so now Jacob limps away, changed, humbled, but transformed. The deceiver becomes Israel, the man through whom God's chosen nation will come. Jacob's story is one of struggle, grace, transformation. He went from grasping for blessings to clinging to God Himself. Through this line would come the 12 tribes and ultimately Jesus Christ, the true Israel, who reconciles heaven and earth. And at Bethel, Jacob saw a ladder, right? Reaching up and down, reaching into heaven. Jesus said later, Jesus' words here, "You will see heaven opened and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." Isn't that cool? Christ Himself is that ladder, the bridge between God and humanity, fulfilling the promise given to Jacob long, long ago. Isn't that awesome? Thanks for watching From Eden to Shiloh. Subscribe and watch as you can walk through Scripture with us together. We'll see you next time.